Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The witness is being brought in at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Mr. Witness. Before the break, we were talking about the problems that were in the prison system. And I recall the last question you were asked by the chair, or by me, was that, well, you did not taste the pap because you did not want the berry.
Nimbida break la lead council ko mbe kolea kolle kachaka menu be kasola aka hakilo baka ye nyinin ka kuma laba men na wolem domoro lu men ka lumoje ka fo me ye pap wo ko mono ima onene de kato ima lafi ka beri soto wala na ima onene
manke beri la ka bori beri soto la komi nyola fi wala mandi ngi doro wolem.
I was not running away from the berry, just that I don't like any stuff made from coos.
Well, we take your word for it, sorry, but also berry was a factor that would discourage anybody who has other feeding alternative from eating that pap.
Ko to nyambe la kumotala bari very fana mu fennete me yalon kasi mo silandino pour ka fendomo me yalon ka bota da fengole bala satara e sila pour ka fendomo men bota o fen fasongol bala
ase kenole bari officer dol fana bigira ase kenole ol fana ka yin papu fana domole mo malon na ase kenole.
It could be that even some other officers ate this pap.
But have you ever had a prison officer who caught the beriberi disease, who contracted the beriberi disease?
Fodum anyi nene soton tele bang etela wa kalamutaroto for prison kono doku lalu mo soton te kono le men nene nyim beriberi ming me nene nyim beriberi soton misal kama ama akuramo ya mari muta
ana kene ma kalamuta de.
Even if it happened, I was not aware.
And of course, the reasonable explanation would be that prison officers do not depend on prison food for their survival. Is that not the case?
Asikenyinti ko prison kono do kulalu ibuka ijiko sembe prison kono domorola asikeno wale asabu fondu amanke otibang.
Mo jamal bigeto ngi kulunga kulurole ka wala geto ke terebe prison la domorola ka ko prison la domoro mo fenete mi yalon ko ka sumanne hapolong. So need a part of that time we have come to a prisoner Jamal Kulu Alagero, Kadul Mutagele, Munial Kate, prisoner la Domoro Domaka.
We reprimanded some officers who we caught partaking in the ration of the prisoners, because if they did that, it meant that they were denying the prisoners what was rightly theirs, and we reprimanded them.
In fact, it is illegal, is it not, for prison officers to partake in the food of the prisoners?
Following a monkey in the call, Lua from Balantala, pro prison Konodo Kulalu, a prison alla Domoro Domo.
It shouldn't happen.
I would not ask you why you ate the prisoner food in Makati. I'll just leave it at that and move on to the issue of the torture. So now let's talk about the torture. In the prison system, tell us about it.
Kasola kunya lukono wofonyembang tajireya men bekerinjino.
Coming tajireya coming nyadi.
Torture as in
it is common knowledge, is it not? That the NIA used to come to the prison and torture prisoners?
Nyemul kulon dingolete. ko NIA la do kulalu kana kasola jele kana kasola nkulu muta ke tajire yaje
nka moyle ten bara nene nyama sediala.
Well, I used to just hear it, but I never witnessed it.
And who would you hear that from?
idun yo moy juma ñolela
Young official coming sudo ten so manda ni tan do ko elde sa fay kari wol na rajanne ila mo ke wol na rajanne.
From my fellow officers who would be on night duties, if you came in the morning, they will tell you that so and so officers came here in the night.
And?
Well, aka kewol aka finko la fo atuta prisoner le bulu sam wolle ba fola ye minkela.
Well, it's left to the
Ni
prisoners
wala relation man furano woto no wato.
to tell what happened to them, because my relationship with them was not to that extent.
Is it really lawful for anyone to come to the prison and ask that a prisoner be brought out of the cells after 6 p.m.?
falu ñum luwa sonta ñinala ko moye bonam bantala ka dunnan kaso kono aya foyen ko ali kaso lan ka fintindi nan ala selo kono talan worowla ka tala woro tambiringo
kasola SOP kasola rules so ngene fenke ko 7 o'clock tala worowla na tambira dorong prisoner do fengo be activity be ngenta sisla prisons le.
The prison rules stipulate that after 7 p.m., all activities should cease.
Do you know that for many of the cases of treason or sedition investigated by the NIA, they used to bring out the detainees from Mile 2 prison at midnight or thereafter?
fo yanyillon ko kujama soton dame yalon ko e ketani jamfa jaw kuma kangol leti wala ka mansa kajafi wala ku fasongolu jama nyili kanale prison kono ke fintindi ila selolu kono fo wo mukuleti tala woro kola ni tala lulu kola
ase kenole bari waddo ni be la nyin kusifalla ten mo bika ila dunni la funto bika safe.
It could be, but it could be because when they embark on these activities, nobody registers their entry time and their departure. They come with the instruction that that information should not be taken.
And when they come with that instruction that that information should not be recorded, what would the prison officers do?
sila nini wo kam fasongol nata ko itelana ni la ta anibe menkela je amanyan safela prison kono do kulalu sila itul kamuneke
wala na wado welcoming ka ila record sold set straight drong ite to safela bay totelona so e kaminke drong e min sute drong wala ila motola ni maroti ka wala mudaka safe drong.
That is why, to set records straight, since they do not have names to write down, the only thing that they can recognize would be the number plate of the vehicles, and that is what they usually would write down.
Is that in fact setting the record straight, or is it not buckling to pressure and not doing what one is supposed to do?
Falun wolem kolu tilindiri nyati bang wala mosaje ko amunta detendiro yole lekan wala ye silandi wala ya kendi ibe kolu samba kan wo nyama ko e ka kete nyamen.
Alors detendiro long kadu ko feomi yalan ko niyaki abina sababu bu ila manta masibola so amanjari yebula wono makani wonte ila masibola bina lawan na jedo.
It's pressure, because this is something that if you follow and do it, it will lead to your calamity, and nobody will do that.
It in fact goes beyond pressure. It is fear of implementing the rules against certain officers of the state.
Atambita silandiro lale amunta atambita detendiro lale amunta silandiro lemu puru ka kodo lutamandi wo molu kama meni alonko ini wo kam fasongolu kana kasola je kafo ibe mansale koma.
Yes, all of that could be.
Aseke nole o fo wele keta no.
Wele keta.
Could it be, or Was it the case?
That was the case.
Could we have an answer recorded in English?
Saying say Jabiro for Bruisa for Angale Counto.
That was what happened.
And not only would the NIA come to the prison and torture prisoners there, or take them out of the prisons unlawfully and torture them elsewhere, as in the NIA headquarters, but also prison officers have occasionally participated in torture of prisoners. Is that not right?
Fadung amanke nyintiko NIA la mulu kanaje. Ika kasolan kolu muta ke tajireya je wala ye fintindi ye samba ye taibe menkelela ya kela amanda woto de bari tumodolu kasolan kolu men be do ko la kasokono wolu fanglu fanal ke dabula wo tajireya to le tumodolu fonte
aketa le kaduko tocho ni ajibe tocho entela miro to entela jero to tocho manke kafu ke bulo la mo kanda madron
it happened
kuma wado ni afo moy tocho long Kenya do bige ni yake mola tocho long akuja male keregero so mota fo nako tocho manke jero.
It happened because tosho, as I see it, is not just beating up somebody or laying your hands on another person. There are things you may say to someone or some actions you may take towards some individual which can be classified as torture.
Yes, I agree with what you have said, but let's first talk about the classical definition of torture itself. That is the unlawful beating of people or unlawfully applying violence on individuals. That may also amount to torture. Let's talk about that particular type of torture at the prisons. It happened.
Yeah, mem fo to nyala kul keta wonyale bari mbe mem fo kanjang wala nyintiko ki kana jele tumodo lo kanyim molu mutake balaja to lu tilimbali yake tajireya wo tilimbali ya façon ro tajireya façon lu bitungul mu kulleti men ya lonko mbe wala no masata kanko ikitaje nyamin
nga amanke defonya bari nga kibaro soto gele.
It did not happen
prison
in my...
official bigere muni alon ko prisonal torture jera da prisonal bigere muni alon ko ngamere natale evidence holdi ya report di ko prison official bigere muni alon ko sambale ko majeto ye mutaye bute jero so mode balana no wala to nyalo wodi.
I had this information, but I was not present. There were some prisoners who complained that they were taken behind the building by some officers and beaten. Nobody can deny that happening.
In fact, there is a particular prison officer who is occasionally referred to as chief torturer.
Andu asodonta o prison dokulalu kono me ya lonko watini wati ate fangu mumoleti menka kasola nkulu tajire yaje hanufo e kafa enko tajire keba
biyele katunde fonga ko ya no makende ke ala le nata mako edro manadu la jalo kono doron kadu ko yena ko no male kende ke
is there even myself they pursued me, but just by the grace of God I was not I did not fall into their net, but they pursued me a lot.
And in fact there is this pending cases of torture by prison officers against some of the inmates, in particular Laminja. Do you recall that?
Yo, anyong between a call bijele menu be dending. Yo, bari a call dul from the sotonta le men ya lonko eketa ko mo sotonta e ka fo me Laminja me ya lonko la ko keta nyamin aketa o tajire ya fasongolti.
Laminja la ko malo bake bari prisoner bigele kadu nga prisoner killing fang kalamote ka fay falu sise o fon dena ko na sita en kajara ko fongele ko ya samba officio ko male ya alipa jira da official to fole moni alipa jira will be fonyele.
I am not very offended with the case of Palu Sise, Laminja, but there is a particular prisoner called Palu Sise who told me that he was taken behind the buildings and beaten by some officers.
He even gave them the names of those officers.
And during the time of David Colley, were these incidents of torture ever investigated?
David Colley la wato abe mararin kaso la tumomena wo tajire ya fasonglu fodum anene soton talebang yewlu kulu kisi lebang
anene ma investigate kadunga kalamuta one report le wato mombe interior one report le national jeto during the visiting committee meeting
It was never investigated, but I can recall while I was at the Interior, a report came by the visiting committee.
Prisoner officer do accuse ko ay prisoner lipale fa adam fa karoto.
There was an accusation against one particular prison officer that he beat up one prisoner and even kicked him on the side.
But
I did not get to hear the case proceeding. That was where it ended.
In fact, there is this case of Ibrahim Ajouf that happened in 2015. That may be the case you were referring to, in which one officer stamped on the ribs of the victim, Ibrahim Ajouf. He was kept in confinement and he died 2 days later. Do you recall that?
Asekeno ko wolem kuti me yalon ko aketa Ibrahima Diouf la quality katu nyin kibaru findita ko prison officer soton tale me yalon ko aya lipa hanfo aya damfu akaroto fo wo kola inata mutaje wo kasolan ko aya tilifula lekije amani tilisabanjaw si amari tilisabanjaw mantambi amari fata fodum amanke woleti bang
toñi nte wala fengal no ka foko atelo wala atente bari asodotale.
It's a name that I cannot recall to confirm whether or not, but such an incident did occur.
This particular case, was it investigated as far as you know?
Itala londo to kodung yo men dam fonya nata fa fodung inata inanata ko kisikisile bang
amanke.
It never happened.
In fact, not only are these cases not investigated, but the crimes associated with them were covered up by the prison administration.
Amanka nyin dam mantiko mambula nyin kolu no maka kisikisi bari nyin kolu menu ketateng kasola kun nyaton kol na do kulalu ina take molleti men ya lonko ye nyin kolu fongole ke kulloleti ye mabo imanna akonyi banke kotake
o birim falingo ketale o kuna rawanyar.
It was after the change of government that the thing came out in the public.
No, Mr. Witness. Perhaps one could rightly say that it is after the change of government that people are willing to talk about it, but the fact was known during the time of Jammeh, correct?
Nimukuleti me ya lonko hani jan nimman sakunda ye falling nyin kolu dolu wa nyaar tele wotumo amuntale mole man akodi amunu jammela wato bari abanke tele wotumo bari jammela man sakunda kolalem mo nata soto molu nata soto ka kumofo ka fintindi ka banke kan fa kumo janjanta fonte
Yes, that is it.
And the cover-up was not just limited to not talking about it, but also it involves the falsification of documents, correct?
Amanke nyinda mati puruka akoy nung ka mabo bari anata ke nyim fanantiko ye tapale kaytolu dedale men yalon ka denta wo kolla men mo kus kayti soto balolti ye tapale yakije fo manke bang.
What kind of documents are you referring to? Doctors' documents?
We would come to that. For every death in the prison, their paperwork needs to be made, isn't it?
Mbina otole bari saya wo saya kita kasola fo kaito buka soto menka dada wo saya la ko kama.
Autopsy report kasotole.
Yes, there is usually an autopsy report.
In fact, the procedure is there should be a coroner's inquest. Isn't that the case?
Ando akakenyene tifanko inyanta saya nyina kolu lankena maleka fo me coroner's inquest ka ko nyim lankena maka jube menketa aketa nyamin fondum wo manke woleti bang.
Corona inquest de ngamira ntenga min kala mutante damale festa wala kabirina nga director ya soto prisina bantajeto nga corona nga request ke for corona inquest ndatan festa magistrate wala Banjul magistrate court nga evidence o di yeto ngamira kabira woto nena man corona inquest mo in prisons anymore again.
Well, the only time I came across corona inquest was when I was director myself and a prisoner died. I had to go to court in Banjul to face the magistrate. But apart from that, I have never had corona inquest in the prison system.
And that happened in 2017 or 2018?
2017 lebang for 2018.
2018
around 2018, I think.
17-18
and that was the death of Mr. Luis Gomez, right? Or Liz, yeah?
Ngola keta Liz Gomez la sayati bang fonte.
Wolam.
That was it, yes.
And for all those deaths that occurred during David Colley's time, there was no coroner's inquest.
Saya lumenu beketa David Colley la time. O kiskisru façon lu manke je kawo furewol la ko jibe menkete la saya daliloti ka fome coroner's inquest anena manke.
Nene makala muta.
I am not aware of.
In fact, one of the basic requirements, a post-mortem was not done in most of the cases. Is that right?
Well, même fam mo ko kunti wala nyinti ko nim mo fata ka ko jube mun keta mun mun kule nyim fa fo wo wolu fanglu nene ketale bang
nyim post-mortem la ke na la ke balia tumando akasum family mo lebulu.
Sometimes
ka fomo gele mi yalan ko ka ata fenko autopsy gi report o nyimbala ka tandi ko family nyimbala fi pour autopsy post-mortem yin ke fureo nyin kunna.
Post-mortem is, whether it happens or not, mostly is dependent on the respective families. Sometimes the family members do not want such things to happen to their loved one.
That is the case, but you recall that together with the investigators, you have examined the files of 41 individuals who died in the prisons, and a lot of them, many of the documents are missing.
Tonya omukuleti bari aliye wo saya fasong lu tanani ninkilin jubele meno kata kasola bari itatata ko wolu kaiti wolu jama bije la kaito lu be yemandine mo maw kaito lu je
o kaiti mabo prison kono mo problem ol dijero
Proper record keeping.
O manke sign for ka documento mu ka mabo pro anyata mabo damento te mo problem ol dijero ka ko ngakala muta investigator do nata ni jenu ka kaiti lengi ni kanu jenu baro kaito nyin pour ka ja koliata ya je abe record lim buko min kono geto yo buko jele bari that particular fenko nyin mata nyi be mi investigate ke manna o tara o fenko kono geto so inana nan kala kan nyin karo ko mine o sabu but ngalong tilimbali ala ka keje dal.
Proper record keeping in the prisons is difficult, and that has ever been a problem. In fact, a particular investigator came to the prisons and they were following up one case. They looked at the book which had the record. They saw it, but they could not get the proper documents for the matter. And so they were asking what was the matter. I can just say that there is impropriety in the whole business.
But that impropriety would involve disappearing documents in order to cover up crimes committed by prison officers.
Munda wole mnyintiko wo kuola wol tabalia anyama wole koto mnyintiko kasola dokula lusoto ndale meni ya lonko ikao kuru yake puru kuru ya menketa wonya ya kuoke suturoti ya mabo wala na wokufa songo lukake kaito linyilibukaje.
Yes, that is it.
And not only would they disappear documents to cover up their crimes, they also falsify information in order to cover up their crimes.
Amanke nyinda mandi ika kaitolu yemandi bari bitung nyimfananda bijele tumolo ika tapale kaitolu fangolu dadale pour ka filindiroke ko luto men yalonko wolle ketaje ika adeng nyin tapale kaitolu la men yalonko ika dada
all of that could have happened. It happened.
I'll give you examples.
Mbe santi yongo yitandilela
Baba Job is said to have died from uncontrolled HBT and malaria.
Yenyu foko Baba Job HBT kuranne motime yalonkole ya mutai manlodu la kenwala anim malaria kaje iko wole yafa.
But the evidence received before this commission is that Baba Job was murdered by strangulation with a prison officer standing guard outside the hospital room where he was killed.
Baba Job
by suffocation and strangulation.
Ya fa iteluko kuma kajeni wo kura ume ya fa iteliolefo barbitun tatanyi kibar koyo soto janko Baba Job la saya sunta munela ya kamole dete hanufo ya fa andu wobe kala tumo mena wayatara prison officer menyanta kantala ufambe lori mbundato ibe baba fa la tumo me.
obe ketan tolbe e fenko li science science tolbe na taw kala muda ka fako wala ketan ban tolbe ngani fenko soro no ka fako baba fata natural le no
it is only now
comme ni TRRC ma soro no neta wala no ka fako baba fata wala nyaman tolbe nga wala muda no ka fako baba fata natural le no.
It is only now that we are knowing that. But before, we held the belief that he died of natural causes. And if it were not for the TRRC...
But it only means that it only na fata nyaming, but it had disclosed la mole. So it only la school are nyaming. Kadni prison officer belori odla regere. It only umna de prison officer ina mine for hanisai ukoma fein for being in the ring.
Those who did it, they will know, and they are the only ones who can say why they made the prison officers to stand where he stood, and the fact that they took efforts to hide it. And up till now, nothing is known about the whole issue.
So, but you would agree that if the papers we received from the prisons show that he died out of malaria, as a result of malaria, obviously this is a falsification in which the prison has participated.
Woto silan anata fintinyi nako Italy kaito lumenu da ko kajele baba job fa adu nyine nata ke koti afata nyame memfota woto sa ngolem nyinti ko Italy kaito menda da tapale kaito lemu
je mamira hani mamira jalay robe dan na prison officer da mala kadu baba jo farada minta man fa prison baba jo farada lopitano do.
I think the condemnation should not only be directed solely to the prison officers, because Baba Job did not die at the prison. He died.
Ye baba la free examine raje ko baba ngine afa ide kada kaito de da mi alon ko ma fa oto itela profession ngenta question ma kelala le.
He died in a particular place which was handled by particular people. The doctor who examined Baba, how could he have written that Baba died of natural causes? Then that doctor probably did not know his work.
In fact, I am not limiting responsibility to just the prison. I am just suggesting that this was a conspiracy by various entities and individuals aimed at fabricating evidence about what happened.
Amanda,
you agree?
Ntebe kuonye samba kanyamin mang tumiro la bunda kilinkande. Bari mem fintita wala mnyinti bunda jamal lebulo ba kono anim molu meni ya lonko etelle yo baroke amunda sila wo bunda lu anim meni yo baroke wolle be dabe nyin kuruya kono fere sitiringolom
karni akol be jibe asara nyami isa ne ko fenomia ya lonko damangole nyomoyle.
It was a conspiracy, because if you look at the whole thing, how it happened, you will know that they were in agreement as they did what they did.
And for somebody like Ibrahim Ajouf, who died in the prison in 2015 after he was stamped on the ribs by prison officers, if you look at the reports, there was also a falsification. The report said he died out of chronic illness.
Ne Ajube Ibrahim Ajouf la ko nyin keta nyami ye men damfu akaroto hani fo kolu kola na tafa ando afata kasola jeli bari telata kaytolu menu fintindi iko wo meyo fa wolem ala saya keta daro leti meya lonko aketa wala keta ala saya sababoti andu woto ni Ojube woto wo tapale yale dunta o kayto fananto men data ala saya gula ko kama
ani sayende mbembulo chodila munie kayto dada.
Up till now, I appoint my accusing fingers to the people that prepared that document.
Ado prison man qualified nurse lefangoso sa doctor.
Because the prisons do not have a qualified nurse, much more a doctor.
But the point I am referring to is the fact that the prison authorities knew that Ibrahim Ajouf was tortured 2 days before his death by prison officers.
Amunta ndebe dame mnomakang wala mnyinti ko wo kasola nyaton kolu italiano ne ko ya Ibrahim Ajouf tajire yale wo tajire ya kola tilifula kola anatafa itelu be yo lonne wo londo be to bulu silango kola lo mekana o kaiti soto balo dada
o min kam fo yedero non comme e ko mi longa keta ani say wo conspiracy le bigeto wo nyo chokilo nyo kuriya chokinyolo le beter le gero ete yalo min keta ngina faka pare say ni ngenta ete kanandila ete tawo ya fae wo ita kaito dada mi ala mansoro ani say nga tilimbali ya ngintata o fana la le
Yes, that's the conspiracy I'm talking about. Because if somebody like that dies in the prison, those who were responsible for making those documents, they are also part of the conspiracy because they knew rightly what happened or what killed that person.
But sometimes too, non-disclosure on the part of the prison officers as to what happened in prison could lead to a misinformation of those doctors who would eventually examine the body.
Bari asikeno fananko ninku keta kasola waira keta kasole kono bari itelu men be kibaro nyi fintindila imanna ku sotoringo fintindi ko keta nyami imanna fo wo doctor ole ko aketa tenne woto sai hanimbi wo doctor ole waira manke wolu nyala malon asikeno wolu fanalu be kayto men dala wole sekeno wo siloti hani fo wo filo nata ke wole kono waira manke wolu nyala kasokono wo dalilo fanansi tarno jele
ma mira prison officer be tole yala ye kuke fango dankere mina ko tele aka and wala sunta ngina sababola faka payda lo docteur nyaati ngole kay ko ngani ne kala wala na finkere du kara keteng.
I don't think a prison officer would be that foolish to do something which he knows that he is the cause of it, would go to the doctor and then dictate to him or her what to write.
Well, perhaps maybe we are missing the point here. Wouldn't the prison officer have a duty to disclose to the hospital what actually happened to the victim in the prison?
Fodo nyi manke prison do kula la nyantoti ko nim kuketa mo la kasoko no menketa la saya sababoti fo nyi manke siloti pour ateyeta katonya fo ko nyine keta nyina nyine keta la saya daliloti fo wote kenol
wala ngenda kala barata kala.
That is what should happen, but he will not do it.
And this is what we are trying to get to.
And
what are the things that they were doing wrong or unlawfully?
Walem quoting lafta futa la dame bukatu walem quality be menu kekang menu silo mantanyola.
And it's not limited to these people that I have just named. Lamarana Jallo, for instance, he was also tortured by prison officers and he died a few days later. And the medical report came and said that he died out of cardiorespiratory arrest and things like that. But he was tortured and he died in the hands of prison officers.
Amanda woda mananga menu fote mo fanan sotonta ka fome Lamarana Jallo. Wo fanan ye tajire yale kala ka tilimbalia ko nyinkola anatafa bari kaito men nata finti ye nyina foje ko sisi suko ni niji balia wole kitala saya sababoti iteliole safe ko wole afa andum ni ajube tajire ya kibaro men nanta fundia tajire yale hanu fo wole kitala sayati
ni Lamarana la fenko ni mang tumando awato manteregeto bari kuoku afota gento coming prisoner tinkolea aksota mile tulenu
the case of
damanda prisoner fango damal hani official fango blata konole o manto receival konole official mutatale tinkolea geto wol be keta mo be nyala gele.
The case of Lamarana Jallo, perhaps when it was happening, I was not there. But to talk of brutality in the prisons, it was an occurrence which was very frequent. Even officers were caught brutalizing people there.
And ultimately, to whom would you attribute responsibility for torturing prisoners during this period, 1994 to 2017?
What was saying? Itebe tumir bulukumba chodi la jumale la menu mu nyaton kolti kasola meni alonko kabo 1994 kana 2017 meni alonko etelle marta kasola o kufa sonlo be ke kanje itebe jumale chodi la
obe keta amanfo operation commissioner ko mimu Ibrahima Jammeh no andum Ibrahima Jammeh la ya marlo sotla mo ndamanke director general of prisons.
Well, all that happened during the operations officer's time, Ibrahima Jammeh. And Ibrahima Jammeh is a person who will not do anything without getting orders from the Director General of the prisons.
What is the relationship between Ibrahima Jammeh and David Colley, if you know?
Munem chokinyo to Ibrahima Jammeh and David Colley tema nialong.
Mela bariale bar Ibrahima Jammeh ka kibiringi na nkate bora royal family le.
I do not know how related they were, but Ibrahima Jammeh used to boast that he was from the royal family.
And what did you understand him to mean when he said that he was from the royal family?
Nakate bota royal family le kono wolem lasili senu memu lasili nyaton koti. Itela okoto ite muna fahamu do.
Wolo munube maralola bota wolle la kabilo kono.
That is to say that he is from those that were in power.
Who was he referring to specifically?
Amunta tebo jumale manung ko tembo.
The former president Yaya Jammeh.
And by saying that he was a member of the royal family, what was he insinuating when he suggested that?
Na atekalo akafo ko atebota o lasilo le kono royal family lasilo ala kumo koto amunta silang atebe mune lankena makangunya ka itandi molula
Sembo.
Power.
Was he not in fact suggesting that he was above the law?
Amunta silang kumo koto momenti fodum amanke nyineti ko woto atebe luwa e santolale
Atambita wala le katu kujamal bige Ibrahim yakejeto mi yalon kani luwa manta.
It was more than that, because there were many things that Ibrahim did which were in contravention of the law.
Did anything come out of it?
Nothing came out of it.
Could you give us examples?
The day that I brought that officer from Interior to Mile 2,
hand over David
when I came and informed David after that,
Operation Baleke Mile 2.
That day, Ibrahim Jammeh conducted a big operation at Mile 2. He went inside the cells and the medication of the prisoners, their holy Qurans, their milk tins and their tea bags. Ibrahim forcefully took this from them and brought them out.
Ibrahim kala sembo le itandi kadi fengo mi yalon ko atintale prisina man bulusoto amansin soto o fengo mi bela tanangeto mole ana fena sako boro kumari nyaming.
Ibrahim was showing his power because the prisoners, they are like people who have no legs or hands. Anything that goes in there is what comes out from the outside from well-wishers.
What was his reason for doing that? What connection does that have with the person you brought from Interior to Mile 2?
Mun dalila le ya sabu ate barata wala anin mun chokinyola le beje nyinkolu tema ete membondina Interior kanati kasola je woliyo nyosoto nyadile
ani wani wolu wole benta
it coincided
na fenege nata ngatra wolu wala operation o kejeto.
The bringing of the prisoner coincided with this operation that he conducted that day at the prison.
And your view is that what he did was unlawful?
Munte la jero munyiri ko ayo manya menke onya tilimbali altani luwa manta.
Tilimbali abakadu prisoner laboro.
That was very unlawful.
You suggested that he had a relationship with David Colley wherein they would conspire to do things. Is that what you suggested?
Amanda isinyum foko ay chokinyolo le soto wala ay denyo maya le soto anin David Colley wala na ikadeng ikanying tajire ya kulu tamandi fodung wale mkoti bang.
Kadu ko nte mi yalon ko ntele mala ke bat ntere hangila ko kusifa kelanu.
Yes, even me, who was his superior, I will not have that courage to do such a thing. In fact, if I do that, it will not tell well on me.
But not only were those the only problems in the prisons, there was also discrimination against female officers. Is that not the case?
Amunta kuolu manda wo fananade. Fatam fanso be kerinne molu kama meni alonko wolle musudoku la luti meni alonko be kasola doku la utumo.
Ying fatam fanso manda musol damala o ay mo bele ma.
The discrimination was not only limited to the women folk, it touched everyone else.
Could you further explain that?
Foisi demandi mfonyono woto fanang ka bonye nyoto.
David la julo ni ma dong ina bi katano.
If you do not dance to the tune of David, you will not be able to move along with him. Whatever he wants, if he laughs, or if he tells you to jump, Do not ask him the obstacle you are jumping over. You will ask him, how many meters am I to jump? That is where you will be in a good relationship
for
with him.
female officers who would not jump, how would they be treated by David?
Musu do kula lo menu bije ni manson ala kangola akamune la wulukan
musol de mamira woli bataka ala marola bake kadu ko molo mi ala tirimal mu musol de hani labangala fangala odlina take musol de.
I don't think women suffered a lot during his tenure because he's someone who likes to be in the company of women. In the end, all these odlies were women.
So musol asekenole yalo musol ning ifangol manne ifamfo motela batalo na kadu musu yamu fenete mi yalon ko a confident bakele so mo manyana dunna la kula bake bari ngal ko yela toro ifana yela toro so David Bulle bari pour kana ka sata moye takela.
It could be that they also had some difficulties in relationship with him, but they may not be willing to talk about it, given that the issue of women sometimes is too delicate. But it could be that they also had their troubles with him.
Is it not the case that some women suffered in his hands because they would not dance to his tunes?
Faman kanyindiko musodo lusotontale menu batata ala kangokan katu imanson tamala atela kangola ate lafta ye menke imanso wala.
Efang ngamusu dori enset geto bar hani saying ngari enset nyawnya devila time wala yefonyo bari ayefonyo dalilo mina ma abika sata moye hani bi ndenga ngini ka nyawnya ma fenke ngalo ne ko nala on problem wala mi adna so David Bulu bari atasona fala moye.
In fact, I recently reinstated one woman who resigned during the era of David Colley. But I have tried to inquire from her the reasons for retiring from the work, but up till now, she is not willing to tell me what it was.
That matter is the subject of special investigations by the Commission. We would call evidence on that. So that brings me to the last point in my examination, which is the issue of the low-level education of prison officers.
Bitum wa mukuleti me yalonko commission nyim fango bela kisikisiro kelale musolla o karola bitu wala yam futandi na diamo la fanna labangoto wala mnyinti ko wodo kulalu jamaabe kono molle muyti men yalon ko ila ko makama manke kuti menseleta sando amunta du malan kolle mo woluti o mukuleti men yalon ko laftole jibela.
From all the statements I have looked at, it appears to me that the prison officers generally have very low level of education. Mostly, the highest level would be secondary school. Is that not the case?
Amonta na jube roto nga mem korosije. Wala mnyindi ko nyin kasola du kulalu mo jama be kono ila londo dango do yata bake anasita menno fangolo ya lonko e fisiata do mande wolle men ya lonko itata foy futata secondary karambu mo bandulato fo bitum wo kolu be wo nyame mo nya fo nte kuti mengbe keri numba
wala sodada.
That was it.
It's not their fault, but it is quite clear that even high school education was non-existent for the prison officers.
Amanke kuti ko itel fangole menke bari karambumba wonyin high school alondo wo famu kuleti me ya lonko kasola du kulal jama bije mango makamo fam soto
o soto dal nung jawara la watola nung ya commencé nung ka cadet official da from high school.
That used to happen during the time of Jawara. They started recruiting cadets from the high schools.
Oh, the late Antu Sedi Bolokona and Jibuseka.
Amongst them were the late Antu Sedi and Jibuseka.
And only two of them?
Two of them, yes, at the time.
And only two of them, up to now, until you have this new guy who has a master's degree.
Amunta adanta umufulo de malela hanufo nyimmo nata soto me yalonko ate master's degree makamo soto londo la karola
wokola nga official soto muni yalan ko ka high school le.
After that, we had officers who graduated from high school.
Bari bikana hit ngintano.
But they were not always able to sustain the pressure.
Atuko ebika ila nyanto dile ngenta doko kela nyaminna.
Because they never gave them the freedom to do the work the way they are supposed to do it.
Danga ngine sobo so de ko prison mudlaldi especially David la time momo ya alon ko eteni makamo natana ini londo natana.
I have this suspicion, especially during David's time, that anyone who came there who was somehow highly educated, you'll be put aside. Because the fear was that you'll eventually get to replace him. I can recall I once conducted one selection. After the selection, they set the exams. After the exams, those who passed, we took their list. And we also prepared a list for those that failed. After we submitted the list, I was then surprised. Those that failed, I eventually saw them at the training school. Those that passed, I saw only a few of them at the training school. So what this told me was that at that time, education really did not matter.
As a child growing up, that's what we used to hear about depot. Education no matter. But maybe it was also a slogan at the prison. Education no matter.
Education no matter o kakofono depole. But ha sila de nsafono la kole be kerin nun kaso fanana.
It was very, very strong there.
Did you raise the alarm bell that those who passed were not selected for that training?
Fodung emang fereke puruka nyi lankena mako. Men yenyi londi kontibo ganye imauluta.
Adia la lenga itanda la ko nyule a fail, nyule a pass.
We gave him the list, telling him that these are the ones that passed and these were the ones that failed. But he said to me, I know what I am doing. In fact, I am going to personally do it myself. So he removed us from it completely. And so he did his things the way he wants them.
Did you report to government?
I couldn't report him because at that time I was working directly under him.
Talking about slogans, there's another slogan at the prison. That it's better for a prisoner to die in the prisons than a prisoner to escape. Because if a prisoner dies, nobody answers for that. But if a prisoner escapes, all of you would be held responsible.
Fisiata le puru kasola nkoe fa kasola wale fisiata dina amari kana katu nin kasola nko kanata meni yalonko wolebe akunaje kaso kunna amunda wolebe nambaro sotulale
wose keno le katu otumo molmin begere masayagel non ka fa ko be mata jagolle tunu
that could have been
kana oda kala ku ijirintinu.
That could have been the case because those that were incarcerated in prison were seen by those in government as their enemies. And so for one of them to escape was not going to be easy.
Could have or was the case?
Asikeno fodun wale mukoti numbang.
Osekeno katunene mo moy bilembe o moy legendo.
It could have been because I never heard it. Today is the first time hearing it.
Was it not the case that deaths in the prison were always covered up?
Faman kenyindiko nisa ya ketakasola jama ika konyi nunne.
Mote balano la kadiko ni prisina komi ya report ko mole prisina mutaya damfwa karokata. Report ora tandi ko prisina fata malaria la ora cover up lodi.
No one can deny that because if a report is given that someone was kicked and they suffered broken ribs and died, and then the report from the hospital states otherwise, then obviously it is a cover-up.
So for deaths in the prison, nobody was held responsible.
To wolem nyinti ko ni saya keta kasola obito atumo bukala mokang.
Nenema officer di min tumal wala ya charge ko atele prisoner la saya sundatella nenema asekede bari nenema kalamura.
I have never seen any officer that has been accused or even charged for the death of any prisoner. I have never seen that.
So the first part of the slogan held true.
Amunta wasando ala folodula nyang wolem tonyati.
Death in the prison, nobody is responsible.
Saya na keta kasola ibukatu miro la mokang.
Yes.
But when it came to escapes, all of you would be responsible.
Bare ninkano keta kasola nko kanwata. Oto menu bebe akunna kantarola. Aduno kala ulu bele kang.
Escape de woka nyade on the bakel.
Escape used to frighten me a lot.
You would agree with me that the prison in Gambia is a terrible place to be in.
Ibe sonan maleko kaso Gambia je mudinkra sangara baleti banko kan.
Nundo.
Before.
Still.
Pokana bula say na hanibi.
Say call yon fata gele.
Things are a little bit lax at the moment.
Yes, a little bit, but still terrible.
Amanke demanding for yon fabata gele.
It's not a little bit. In fact, it's much more.
Mr. Manneh, this is not an indictment of you as a person. It's an indictment against the system. That the prison in this country is terrible. Conditions are terrible.
Ni manke kala miroti ya men wulindi ti kam ni mukuleti membe caring kasola system o nyin kono amanke kala miroti pruite de bari kulo membe caring lunga munda say wolem nyinti ko wolem koti mbe lanke na bakal
abole nyama bari ngamira katol be caring ne.
Yes, that is.
Pour kawol be to be nyama kadu nyali akala ni SSR be caring prison act fa abe review kan sign thing.
Yes, that is the way things were, but efforts have been put in place to make things better.
You don't have to wait for a Prisons Act to be reviewed and finalized before you improved on the conditions, the physical conditions of the prison.
Aman kenyintiko alinyanta batulale hanufo kasola luanyi ya jube purka falin mkolu nyanta kelale katakolu nyanta kelale purka jako kolbe larin kasola nyamin ay falin kole ay boje.
Wala nanko yuruwa ketale improvement ketale wara hani prison among finalized follow hani yuruwa be kekane nga fengo fenje mi alon ko asekeno yuruwa di ndol bi kam sabatu wala.
As a human being, are you satisfied with the conditions in the prisons in this country?
Ko ite mo hadama dingote nyami amunta say nyimuite kolu lanya kendoleti kolu belarin kaso kono nyami nyin tembe
ani.
No.
Thank you very much. And the Commission would welcome to hear views from you as to how the conditions in the prison or the institutional arrangements could be improved. And for that, you can take your time and send us some written memorandum on that subject sometime in the future.
No problem.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, the witness.
Bitun sayen kaya fo nyame si wato ta itebe ya marolu menu dile ite lafta falin kendolu yemen ke kasola isi wato ta nyaton to pour ka kayto safe yewo kinan commission ye
inshallah mbakela
God's grace I will do it.
Thank you very much, Emma Council, and thank you, Mr. Manneh, for your testimony and for coming to testify before the Commission. Before I give the floor to other members of the Commission, just want to find out from you if you were around in Mile 2, November 2014, when Juan Mendes, world-renowned human rights expert, former colleague of mine, led a team that came to the Gambia here.
Ako janinga be silo di la commissioner la pour ye nyinin karol ka wala kuma fo 2014 ate fanga teri soton ta memu moto bori mbati me ya lonko anim mulu nata kana kasola ka dukoli jibe fodum wo yetara jele bang.
2015 wala 14 kadu 2000 mbe intiri wato mena nga akala muta non ko human side la timo do nata no mile tunu pour que na visit la njenu.
When I was at the interior, I got word that a human rights team came to the prisons to make a visit.
Inata nang inila dulal long kadu yela dulal tombo ne ingenda tala damendo kadi inata ne ko ila fetala security winle.
When they came, they had already pinpointed the areas they wanted to visit. And when they came, they said that they wanted to visit the security wing. But when they came in, they were denied that access. They were only allowed to enter into the main hall. That one I was aware.
Well, that's the point I really want to ask him if you were directly involved, because the Human Rights Summer Council in Geneva had negotiated with the government of the Gambia the terms of reference for Juan and his summer team to come for a visit here. Juan Mendes was, at that time, special rapporteur on torture and summary executions.
Ako tumo nyin kambe sotonda kabo Geneva ko Mendes atelom nyaton ko tinu wotumo me yalon ka atelom kibarul no masatalar nim bankelati nyin tajire ya ko la karola wala na wo anala ka fomulu na tanan jung pour kana o kumpa boro la kasola wala na mbako no masata kan pour ka along akata nyamin wolem koti me yalon ka akata wotumo
wato mantere nga kibaro mere.
That time I wasn't there. I only heard the news.
They were denied access to name them detainees and also denied access to the security wings. So you can't throw any light on exactly what happened at that time if you weren't there.
Otumo e balantale puru ye modo luje menu tolfo andu e balantale fang puru nyi mole futa security wing wala na ningwairi wotembo ayatara ete mantara marilin jela woto holem nyinti ko etete kuma fono la wokolto men yalon ko wolle tamata je wotembo.
But did you know who exactly gave orders that they be denied access to the security wing? Did it go far up to the president, or it didn't go that far? Or maybe
Follow nying akata nyamin fo isi fem fono le ka foko jumale ye bali futola security wing ani lafta menna men ye baliala fo kulom nyinti me yalon ka aseleta sando le kata hani fo president la kolu to bang wala men ye bali akola fo isi londi soto akodo
David wotumo de akala yamaro jama bata interior ministry lenum.
Well, at the time, David used to take his instructions from the Interior Department.
well, if you were at the Interior Department, were you consulted?
Ni benu interior wotumo fodu mankuma futandi tema otembo.
Mama futande ma wato yente samba gele komi yenjen kendile dorong yen samba gele na fauna falte na geto.
No word.
Excess staff le mondi gedal.
No word on that issue came to me. I was posted at the Interior Ministry just as a way of taking me out of the scene. I was not serving any useful purpose at the ministry.
At that senior level where you left the prison, it was more of in the Interior Ministry.
You were hopeless at the ministry.
Mon commissioner and so far the most senior commissioner in the prisons.
I was a commissioner, so far the most senior commissioner in the prisons.
Thank you. Commissioners, if you have any questions. Commissioner Carr, you have the floor. Then I'll come to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Kako Numbara Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Jata, for your testimony.
Mr. Jata or Mane?
Mane.
Sorry, Mr. Mane.
Numbara, Mr. Jata, ila sede arokan.
Mr. Mane. I seem to mix your name with the other prison officer who came here. I'm sorry for that. I have 4 questions I want to ask you. We've had previous witnesses who came here and narrated instances. And we also had testimony from other witnesses. where it seemed that there were prison officers who violated the rights of prisoners.
Men kata nyinti ko kasola dokula lu sotontale men ya lonko ye lua tinya ye halamaya nyanto lu tinya kasola nkolu la nyanto momenti.
The first question I want to ask is,
Mbe nyinin kar follow men kala wala nyinti ko.
do you have any procedure for prisoners to report cases where they feel that prison officials violated their rights?
Folum ni sotontale pour kasola nkolu isi la wasi dalu fonole ni misali kama kasola dokula lu yela nyanto lu tinya fo isi o wasi o kenole ban fo be kerine nutumo.
Mantara kerno anyata kerno nyame ne wala ngenti coming oversight body sol mi yalon ko kana prisoners kono visiting la.
It was not existing at the time, but the way it should have happened is that the oversight committees that used to come to the prisons for visit,
Like nyeng human rights and nyeng visiting committee.
like the human right and the visiting committee,
Visiting committee la mandate do mi ne come what doing in la kaso kono le ka jebe round in personally diamo.
they have amongst their mandate to occasionally go to the prisons and have discussions
Ka
with
moy
the prisoners
personal fangola mimbe kering.
and to hear firsthand from the prisoners as to what is taking place
Ning ila Kenya be nyame ngero.
and also their situation
Police na ya address.
so that they can address that.
Awol fango wato pour ka silo di la pour eta kaso kono ni personally diamo aka kendo ko woldi.
But even at that, sometimes it is difficult for those bodies to be given access to be able to meet the prisoners and to get to hear what their problems are.
So wolon problem oti non.
So that was the problem.
Personal sela problem o sata munia drong wollo mi munu fango te munia lon ko ni problem o soro. Kadi wolo wodi.
The prisoners can only tell their problems to the very people with whom they have the problem.
In that case, when they report these matters to the prison officials, so nothing is done.
Amunta wala nyindi ko niteliye la o wasi dalfo o kasola dokula fem buka keje.
Hani fenkere gere bari mbika akomo la bango mbika akuna fenyelong.
Even if something happens, in the end, you don't know where it ends. You cannot differentiate between the tail and the head.
Thank you. That answers the other questions. Maybe just a suggestion in your closing remarks, if you can further throw light on this and suggest to this commission how we can have internal mechanisms in the prisons to ensure that when there are alleged violations of the rights of prisoners, it can be also addressed internally. Thank you.
Numbara ila o jabiro we na nyinin kar dolu jabile lafta menu nyinin kala num barbitun silang ila kacha kono ni bela kumolu kumfala I finansi ni ya markolu dinon nale ko kasola yanta mum fere le sotonna pour kasola nkolu ni la nyantolu tinyata itel fanalu be wasio la nyameng be wasi la jumanyo le wo bunda nyanta sotonna le kasokono me ya lonko asitara lori.
Thank you. Deputy Chair, you have the floor, please.
Munda chairman no lanko le kane nyininka.
Thank you.
Akoy numbara.
Witness, good afternoon.
Akoy tinyang selo.
Nimbara.
Okay. My question is, I have several actually.
Akala nyininkaro jamale babulu.
Was David Colley the only DG throughout the period 1994 to 2017?
For David Colley da malum Director General to wuche umume ubekono kabu 1994 kana 2017.
David I signalu lutale.
David had 5 stints at the top. Sometimes he's removed and after a short while reinstated. In the interim, they will bring in someone. Amongst them was
Modlamin
Jaju was brought in.
The late Anti-Rose Klu
and the late Anti-Rose Klu was amongst them.
Bora Koli
Bora Koli was also amongst them.
Modu Sise
Modu Sise also was amongst them.
David Kabujere, what in ya Murundinang?
David used to leave. After a short while, is brought back.
And
each time he returns, it was always not a peaceful stint for people because he comes in a combative mood.
But the people that took over, interim, what did they do to improve the lot of the prisoners during their time of office?
Wo molu menno kenati niate bondije wolawo watu ndingo me kakije folu ibuka kuke me yalon ko aske kolu sono yandiranti ibe menkela kasola ba
the late anti roskulu wala watu wati sutunga wala kejido adu watu manteregido waya trambe peacekeeping mission na dafo.
The late anti roskulu was in charge for a short while, but at that time I was on a peace mission in Darfur. But I heard that during her tenure, all the prisoners were happy. Because she would go personally to the kitchen and supervise the preparation of the food. I was aware of that at the time. They gave me that information.
Thank you. Do you know what berry is?
Inumbara. Berry dum yalo neba.
Berry coming na own definition of African Jami Walling in the coming Domoro mi along among that nutrients or among that values or Nimoya domo Abelabana Kelawal Sasa Sivas Domoro mi along Kodala among Amarik Dal.
According to my own understanding, is it results after consuming food which is not very qualitative or lack of nutrients.
When there was the outbreak of beriberi at the Mile 2 prisons, was there an investigation by the health authorities to find out and determine what the causes of this beriberi was?
Bringing beriberi kurang sembo warta kasokono. Jata kende abundala do kulalo fo iman kisi kebang kajube mune kata daliloti me yanyin kurang sembo warandi kasola fo mo kisi roke.
Asekeno le ake bari mang aripoto makalamuda.
It could be that such an investigation took place, but I did not see any report to that effect.
Then how did they resolve the crisis?
Bitung inatawo kuola kolea nying bondino nyadile.
Beriberi la kolea nying. Coming out of what beriberi la kolea natale for almost 2017 mafangola. For nim prisoner besiri wato mina na kacha konolong inata kela kolea kul fonye kaminsuto ni domoro doldo. Ko jata kendi ajama bal fango bigeto ala naso kasababu wala. So nana ngaji ko ninkombe safero kela mbe baturo kela kadu ni harama dingola ni yole bejeto. Anunte la filangi na ngalle gesi tugeto mi alon ko manyela wato ni prisoner jamal nangam le farante sonna wala. So mang approval batum nga instruction di wala nyamang ko e nyim papo mudaya stop. E papo stop wato mina andu kino domoro dol bigeto ye improve demanding bi alhamdulillah. To nyai ba fa domoro le mandia wala fenkere bari itita la geto e prisoner je with that complication.
Just as I said earlier on, the problem of beriberi extended up to 2017. But like I told you earlier on, it was after I had a discussion with the prisoners and they told me that the disease they were contracting was as a result of the kind of food they were eating, like the pap. I made sure that I gave instructions that the pap be stopped completely and ensure that the other types of food were a little bit improved. So now, thanks to God, you may say that the food is not very palatable, but there is no one that you can find in the prison with that kind of disease. In fact, I do not want to leave a legacy wherein people will say that, in fact, during the tenure of Ansumana Manneh, this number of prisoners died.
The other question is in relation to your term of office at the juvenile wing.
In Cardomu, you will show Manke Dindingun La Casola, juvenile wing.
What measures did you put in place to help the young offenders be integrated into society after they left the prison?
You mun fere leta mandije. Puro dindingulu, mene yalon kweke nati je, o dinding Casola. Puru nying kamala ning itatan foyela watu bang efindita kasola. Puru nying kamala ni duntaja makono esi yele maka ke mo kendolti ya mun ferelle ke purke mako e wo karola.
Amira eko amanjeri fanjayo la murobi ka fankungoli
I think they say it is not necessary for one to praise himself.
Bari
And
ntela wato juvenile wing amira hani YMCA.
But during my tenure at the juvenile wing, I had a collaboration with the YMCA
CPA Child Protection Alliance
as well as the Child Protection Alliance,
and UNICEF
even with UNICEF.
Personal ni tolenga kumase gedo ka tikel boni nang ni basic cycle to kana ka personal muta ke karandi juvenile wing.
We were the first to recruit and bring teachers from the basic cycle to come to the prison and teach this.
Onu fana yalan ko ngalon ko ite karangono la fana nga mechi sahari ngo dila mi yalan ko ni funjira bante sire ifanna fano wala.
But those that we notice would not be able to do well academically, we try to create skills training for them so that they could better themselves and be independent when they get back to the communities.
A prisina kilin kala muta nga karandige karalo la fo ay karalo no afangaye.
There was one prisoner that I can recall whom we trained until he became a good tailor.
Biringa besele wato minanga YMCA approach.
And when he was released to go home, we approached the YMCA.
Ye masingo diala.
They gave him a sewing machine so that when he goes home, he will start his own business.
Social welfare aftercare monitoring.
That was where our intervention ended, but later on, social welfare took the case up to be visiting the child.
And no sign it at juvenile wing Department Ministry of Basic Education construction or legero.
And today, if you go to the juvenile wing, there is a construction ongoing by the Ministry of Basic Education. I think one of the best classrooms in the country is the one that they are building there. All this is for the good of the young offenders who are there, so that they do not lose what they would have gained if they were outside of the prison system. Because it is the right of the child to have education. We also took steps and sent our own officers to go to the Gambia College where they had their HTC qualifications. And we combined them with these teachers from the basic education department, and they are now teaching the children. So all these things are happening now.
Final question. It took the victimization of one officer to put the whole prison services into silence. So can you please explain?
Prison officer Jima.
Which of the prison officers?
No, you said one officer was victimized.
Yeah, officer killing sotonne mantoro lata menkang.
Officer killing for one thing. Officer Jama Bale Dunta Mantoro Kone dol detain. It was
not only one officer. There were several. Some were in prison, some were beaten. Perhaps before you end here, you'll have the chance to have them in front of you here to tell you their ordeals themselves. There's also one guy called Anabi Jammeh who is a relative of David Colley, and this individual was imprisoned for 9 months.
Confinement, under confinement.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Diallo.
You have partly answered my question, but only on the basis of the juvenile cases. For this commission, you told us that the prisons should be seen as a center for reforming people and for ensuring that you provide them with better lives when they leave the prisons. Now, ever since you became Commissioner General for the prisons, what programs have you put in place to ensure that you will cover not only the juveniles, but also all the adult world that is in that prison so that they can have better lives when they leave the prisons? Thank you.
Can I answer it in English? I'm waiting for the interpretation. I'm just waiting for the interpretation, so I don't know.
Yes, we had a change of interpretation and the interpreters, and I think the message is lost to the interpreter. Perhaps it could be asked again.
No, I got your point. You know, it is translated into to me in English so that I can speak in Mandinka. So that's what I'm waiting for. So I don't know whether you would like for me to speak in English also. Okay. Well, with regards to the reforms, the rehabilitation, especially the skills training we have, since when I came as the Director General of Prisons, I think that is not even a hidden thing. The moment you enter the prisons, the first building you face during Jammeh's time was a guard room for soldiers. Because previously when you come to Mile 2, the first thing you come into contact was soldiers. But when changes came, this new government came, the soldiers were asked to go back to their barracks. And the building, the facility was handed over to the prisons. So there, I also engaged partners like Inside Training, Prison Fellowship International, and other well-wishers. And we were given assistance. The guard room was turned to be a classroom now. We have make partitions in it so that we can have different lessons at a go. And I don't think it is even something secret that it was after 2017 that we had prisoners learning skills inside the prisons and graduating with certificate, a recognized certificate from NACA. That started during my time. And it is ongoing. Presently, we have training almost 80 of the inmates in different skills, like solar panel installation, electrical installation, plumbing, IT, basic IT, and even entrepreneurship by Inside Training. And very soon they will be graduating. So those are the few that I could highlight about our programs of reformation.
Thank you very much. Interpreters, are we continuing in Mandinka or that's it for interpretation? Yes, I'm coming.
Well, we are good.
You okay?
Yes, please.
Splendid. Imam, I see you have the floor, please.
jërëjëf ñu lay nuyu de la gërëm man affaire yi biri biri laay wax ko biri biri ruyu moo koy indi ruyu moom ruyu munu du ko indi
ako ñi biri biri ko me ka vote ako mono bu ka sabu de
lekk bu gën a baax bu yàlla wàccee gannaaw meew ruyu moo gën a baax
ko Allah taala man so ay domoro men bondi men domoro men kendeyata na bodan keke la monolem
ñaka suur moo leen ay indil biri biri
ako ikonora fo fa baliya wala kanyin courant sabu ka fa me biri biri
seen lekk bi moo doon doy
ko la domoro ñi wala bu ka sinu
ba léegi su fekkente ne seen lekk doyut feebar boobu la dikkaat ci ñoom
hanin ka bi ben tembe da men do ning adara la domoro ñi abu ka si courant ñi ate fa abe continuer lay kanne do
at yu passé ni ci kooku bi
ñi sanji jama tambidal santoro
amoon na ay yeneen kër yi nga xamante ne soo ñëwee ci seen gune yi
kanata suwo dol kono ni data na ila dimbal to
ñaka am lekka def doon indi loolu seen xale yi
domoro soto baliya kanyin courant sifal sabu ila dimbayal to ni la dinniwol
soo ñëwee da ngay gis ay gune yu bari seen yaram bi ñu ngi neewi da nga yóbbu lopitaan be sonno
ni tata korda dol to santol to ka je la dinniwol ni balo be kata anu kata lopitano to tanin na foy ka bata
ñaka lekka moy indi lolu de man ci li ma gis
ako atela jero da menje wala ñindi domoro la ñi soto e timma balia wala kañin courant mesangol e sabuyma
alaw fana se keno le bari ndolla kisikiro to ngamil lonjeto
that could be but by our own investigations and what we know
nin domoro fango Kenya adada nya Kenya tumando na ni se wala fayno utuma ka dada nya minno abana le ka fa ko to nya domo amanke domoro siring wolon kad ko e president gele ana suma wolon hapole bale ngenta asuman minna.
Perhaps if I had explained to him the manner in which this food was prepared, then he would understand. Because each prisoner has a special allotment and there is an amount of food that is catered for each prisoner. Before, let me tell you how this pap was prepared. The pap is prepared, let's say today, in the afternoon, and they will leave it to spend the night in the pot. In the morning, the officer who comes and is in charge of the food, he will come and add either water or some other liquid and stir it up until it loosens up.
Then and
then they will distribute it to the prisoners. So even the preparation on its own is having a big question mark. So for me, it's the manner in which it is prepared. It's not a question of not having enough.
Thank you. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman.
Bishop, wala kare nyininga, Commissioner, Bishop.
Mr. Ansumana Manneh.
Mr. Ansumana Manneh.
Do you have rules concerning the diet of prisoners?
Fole bungo sodolo me alonko bungne me alonko abe marling prison la domorola.
Rules bang for room.
Rules. Sartol. Me alonko abe wala marta prison la men be kasor.
Ha na sartol ni ya asoro prison actual to mi alonko menyulo mi alonko nanale a prepare abe prison actual kono.
Yes.
The
rules are there and they are derived from the Prison Act, which was prepared by Nana.
Are they, excuse me, are they being followed?
Oh, sartol nying ikabule normal ba.
Kabla wala no maten fo nata falindiro ke dulalo to karu la yin sartol nin ko be normal ten ko min nyim papo ten so manda papo ten. Ate betialam fe.
We used to adhere to these rules until there was a change of government because we saw to it that if we followed the rules strictly, it would not be good. That
in prison Africa min jibete nying America ko kabiri 1954 lombang ya review lastly.
The Prison Act which I am holding in my hand there was last reviewed in 1954.
1954 ndemantara keri no.
In 1954 I wasn't alive.
So 1954 la ko dinta ko no mala bi.
If I want to follow or to investigate an issue of 1954, times have changed. Even the food that we consume have changed. And even in the villages or in towns, the kind of food we used to consume then, now you don't see them.
1954
So if you want to adhere to the rules of 1954, it will be difficult.
In that case, do you make recommendation to government to improve the quality of the diet that is being given to prisoners?
Silang wokono fo alkana na sudiro kele bang albe masakunda yamar la menna puru ye bulaw silol no puru falindro dosike nyin kasola mol men be alon ko be kasoro puru ila domro nyin abe falinno la nyame
ha ngakele president li sign ten coming off nya prison agriba review kanne
yes
anu njani o fon coming contract committee mi ala be interior ninga na recommendation samba gide kala moylande kadu ko sign no fon amamboji amamenu serum tenda nyin nga recommendation ol do ke mi ala ko isonta fe mo la nga improvement ol jodi diet so doldo.
Yes, the Prison Act, as I said earlier on, is under review, and also the contract committee when we take our suggestions to them, they used to listen to us. In fact, last year, we made some suggestions which they accepted, which led to the improvement in some of the diet that is currently being served at the prison.
Do you allow food to come from the homes of prisoners or those that are in remand?
Fo alkasonde bam pour domoro e bona mané mol la mialon ko be kasala bungoro ye muraje fo ye soronde bam fo ila kitiyo nyinga amam bam fo lo be tani nakande pour domoro e bona la badi ngol ya kanati e kasoto je fal kaso wala bam
munu beri man munu yalan ko ila kitiyo man ko sifolo ka domoro ala wala e agera domoro tabiringo.
Those that are in remand who have not yet been convicted, we used to allow food to come from their homes.
Bari ngindol wadon ka kaitol gena ne ka boni na kliniko do ki recommend some fruits and fenko la kan fruits wala wol inka fenkele inka facility ya nga make sure badi ngol ya say wala nin ntol fong ngaso don sa say nga ul jama ba ki jele.
Because sometimes they come with medical papers recommending specific food, and therefore we used to allow them to have them through their families if we do not have it to give it to them.
In one of the testimonies we had here, somebody complained that the food that was brought for him by his family members were consumed by the prison officers.
Seria ndiro do sora jang mola je mealon ko seria ndiro di jang ko wato men na be muto kono kasila bungoto domoro men ka bay ala mola karola ka nata e kase bungoto ni anata kasile do kulal nyi wala ki muna fanga domoro nyinna
nte balanano ala nak bari ma kala ngoda nte balanano wala de asekeno le kadu ko dunia ko no nal kafuranyo kan gital kam aussi fa bele soto
I cannot dispute that.
ko etebe molbe kila ko itolmu ebe molbe fenkela ka ko mo aussi fa kilingol lon to mando dol bigeto isa ken wala de bari ma kala ngoda
I cannot dispute that, even though I am unaware of such a thing happening. Because wherever you have different people, you have different types of behaviors. It could be that there are some individuals who might have engaged themselves in such activity.
Finally, when we visited the juvenile wing at Joshuan prison, we met young people, the ages from 13 up to 18. And they've been there for quite some months without, their situation being taken to court.
Andu yeyim foje ko itarraje ko kasuroje fo wati jang andu mi samba kiti bungoro.
And if the prison is a place of house of correction, for the young people of that tender age to be kept in the juvenile wing for that long, it's not to their advantage, and it's also not to the advantage of the nation.
Tara o dinningol me alon ko bolla o sanjobe o sanji sifaro andum kasoto kala dingiral de me alon ko ni momo samba nyana kala molde me alon nyana kala dingiral me alon ka mo falinna ko me asamba je say ning afindita asi falin bar say ni wol tarta je fo wati jawdo o mambete aw dinningol nyinto ila sanjo ni ajube la sanjoro aning amambete a banko fananto ite mun soto be men folawoto
amira wala famu na problème oti nung
I think that in fact was our problem then.
Overcrowding
because this overcrowding that we usually hear.
Prison
we are not the ones that arrest people. We are only custodians. Whosoever is brought in, we will keep you.
CJ office sape minna ke kalamutandi katandila kwenye prisoner bigana fonyi wati nangam.
If your time to appear before a competent court of law has elapsed, we also have a mechanism through which we will write to the Chief Justice.
Wale overcrowding fenge kadu prisoner kana nyaming prisoner biketa wanyama.
That is usually the cause for the overcrowding, because the amount of prisoners that come in, the same number does not go out to face the courts.
So ibagela ko mamira intol bulu basu to intol bulu mi so wala ngi dika kalamutandiro ke munu ke na fena ngiro ko ali ngi mol min na fena be ala halol de anu ngamira ka wakele.
So we do not have a lot of influence in that. What we can do is to inform the people that bring those people in that they are getting too many and something needs to be done about their cases.
Thank you very much. Mr. Manneh, if you have any concluding remarks to make, please proceed to do so now.
Barakaba ke Mr. Manneh silang kiaman kamen folam ngintiko ni kumasoto e bela fakela kumoda sorom menna e sitenten.
Mr. Chair, before he takes the floor, I just wish to remind that he had given an undertaking to give us a memorandum on institutional reform. He can factor that in mind.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Okay. Ya ante na kumo be kala ya mamera be siala kaduko na nyini karo kono ngakuma jama fo gido mi yalon ko ningi isonyo kan ase keno kuleti mi yalon ko ase ken na statement odi.
My statement is not going to be long because I have spoken on many issues during my testimony, and I think if I can pinpoint certain salient points from that testimony, I should be able to make a concluding remark. But
I
want to remind all that no one should turn their backs to the prison. Because there are 3 places in this world nobody takes the other there. Prison, the hospital, and the grave. It is God that takes people to these places. Nobody would pray to spend their entire life in a prison.
So bairi banko be tarla kerine inere banko jela kerimi yalan ko ko kasotala amma mira banko dene be duniya kono.
You will never find any country in this world without prisons. So it should be our responsibility to empower the prison. Sometimes it is only the hardships that the prisoners face which you see. But even as the prison officers, we are also undergoing or going through the same hardships. I want to make a plea, and this is not only to the government, because the government cannot do everything. Anyone that has the means or the wherewithal to give assistance so that we are able to manage our prisons in the best way possible. Jandi betala lori banda gente be kasola ku kaja fila ite gente mira lele ngamine contribute pour kaso mutaka sambanyin to that level. I think that is what is important. Before you stand outside and begin to criticize the prison system, first off you should ask yourself, what contribution have I made to the improvement of the prison system? Alhamdulillah ngaje saying molbe dang kunkanna. Thanks be to God. Now we see that a number of people are responding. Organizational binana be prison mudale ba support la. Organizations are coming and extending assistance to the prison. Amame long ago, BCCI, they donated a bus to the prison. And this bus will transport both officers and prisoners. It did not surprise anyone at that time. It was said that our right hands were longer than our left hands. Nothing was the cause of that except the fact that we constantly had to beg for rights. And this is a state institution just as others. Let's think about this. If there is no prison, then what is the importance of the work of the police? The last point of Fenkoti. If there are police officers, it's because there is a prison. Otherwise, there will be no use for the police to exist. So, I think if we empower the police, we should also give assistance to the prison department so that we can move along.
Religious institutional and any other organizational for na bulo soto pour que prison zema.
The religious institutions and other bodies have a responsibility to assist the prisons.
Karama mentara Ghana on a study tola.
Because not long ago, I went to Ghana on a study tour.
Nga taragero prison kutalulu.
I found 5 new prisons.
Pentecost church be local prisons here.
And these were being built by the Pentecostal churches and without any involvement of the government. We too can do that here since our country is small. Because when I sit with my counterparts and we discuss our statistics, when they ask me about our prison population, if I tell them that we have 3 prisons in the Gambia, but if I tell them that all these 3 prisoners do not have even up to 1,000 inmates, they used to laugh. Because of the low level of our prison population. In some countries, a prison can hold up to 10,000 inmates. So and if those people are able to manage their prison inmate numbers, we too should be able to do the same, so even that our number is small. So this is my plea.
Fanal bela nga kafu nga kaso mutanga mako epuru nyanda mis finkela kaso nyanda lola nyami nga lowo nyama ibagela ko karu kaso re baila.
Let's unite and collaborate and ensure that the prison is handled the way it's supposed to be.
Nga mol gele muni ala ko mo kende bal.
We have seen great people here who have had a stint in the prison.
We have seen people who have
that happened because of God's will. But it shouldn't be like that because the condition they found in the prison should not be that way.
So say no being in the kafula nyoma nganyo fasa Gambia kaso de ma purum falanga futa level of dami alonko dunia mol sinana na ina story to legendo.
This is the time that we should unite and come together and give assistance to the prison so that it gets to where it ought to be. What used to happen at the prisons, we are all aware of. I can say here in the Gambia, if you are arrested by government, anyone behind you, they are all your relatives. But if you start handpicking your relatives amongst the people, you will have failure. And that failure is what was what David got. And even if he were here, I would say the same. Because personally, the kind of advice I used to give him, God is my witness. So I will stop my statement here. What has happened has happened. Let's look forward to a new Gambia, a Gambia which will be an inspiration for the rest of the world. That is what I have to say to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Manneh, for coming before the Commission today. I hope your testimony would assist us in the formulation of our recommendations on institutional reforms, and including the prisons. Again, thank you so much, Emma, for coming to testify before the Commission.
Thank you.
And this brings us to the end of the day. We will resume our proceedings tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Thank you all very much. Meeting is adjourned.
Yeah.